Hi, and welcome everybody. I'm Jennifer. This is 13 Moons Lodge, and I'm here with the new moon cycle reading. This is the 6 moon cycle. This is the clan mother of a storyteller, and this cycle falls on the 26th of May, which is Monday. And if you are in the Pacific time zone, it is at, I believe, 8:02 p.m. Yes, I just needed to check that. So I already have the cards set to go here. And so starting in our first position, the current energies right now, we have actually a major arcana card. And remember, please, this is a general reading, collective reading. So it is going to be conveyed in a broader sense unless I get specific information from my guidance for anything other than that. But so the first card, major arcana card, we have the Devil. So this instantly, I thought, oh my gosh, what kind of reading is this? So now I haven't actually tuned into the particular energies of this card yet because I like to wait until I get started. Oh, right. That's right. Something did come through right when I pulled it over and I connected with it. And it feels like there is a hesitation, like we're stopping ourselves from doing something or moving forward, or we're feeling blocked. It's going to appear different, or not appear. That's not the right word. We're going to have each of us is going to have a different experience of this being held back, depending on our perspective and how our mind works around these sort of things. I'm just filling into the card if I can get more information. Yeah, so for some of us, it feels like we're waiting for something to happen. We're waiting for something. It's almost like there's this energy of an external force so we're waiting for somebody, or we're waiting for a sign, or we're waiting for things to move out of the way. But it's something outside of us. So this instantly makes me feel like we're giving our power to something, and that's what's stopping us. So there's this energy of we're in our own way, we're blocking ourselves. So there's something deeper underlying this, undermining our forward momentum, but it's within us. Now, the crossing card, we have another major arcana card. So that's interesting. So these are major themes happening collectively here for a lot of us. So overall, because this is happening, this is coming up, we're clearing away some energies. We're clearing away deeper core belief systems, old operating systems. So yes, we're still doing this. But this is the process, right? This is the becoming more authentic and authentically aligned with who we are, and therefore our path. So whatever this is, this step forward, or this momentum forward that is paused at the moment, and it does feel like just a pause, this is temporary, is coming up because there's something that is ready to be seen within ourselves for clearing, and we will do so. So as I had mentioned, the second card, the crossing card, is also a major arcana card. We have the Star, and this is a gift. This energy around this card is a gift that we are giving to ourselves. That makes, to me, a lot of sense, because if we are holding ourselves back, or if we're perceiving that we're being held back, whatever it is, this pause, it is allowing us to take this time, because we're not busy. There's this like holding back. So there is a moment of an opportunity for a little bit of introspection or contemplation, meditation, whatever you want to call it, to check in with our higher guidance, our internal compass. So this is the gift we're giving ourselves. So what is it that we're believing around this particular circumstance. This feels like a particular situation or circumstance unfolding. And what it is specifically is going to be, again, different for each one of us. I'm hearing fertilizing, but not in terms of like fertilizing a field like a farmer would do, but this is we're enriching the soil, we're enriching, and this is totally obviously a metaphor coming through, but I'm trying to grasp like this feeling of what I'm sensing. So it's like we're with this opportunity, we're enriching. Now it's like we're enriching the soil, but this is our soil, but it's not soil per se. This is like okay, so it's like we're anchoring in more light. We're anchoring in that alignment I was talking about. We're anchoring in the more authentic expression of who we are. So what we're clearing away is something that isn't ours, once again. But see, it's around this particular situation or circumstance that I'm talking about. So yes, we've been doing this around, for other parts of our life, but there's one in particular right now that we seem to be collectively working on, a core belief system, something where we're giving our power away, where we've done it over and over and over again unconsciously. So now in this pause, we have the opportunity to dig a little around our particular circumstance to see what it is, what belief we're holding that is causing us to have the experience of being stopped or blocked or stuck or whatever it might be. And that's what this star card is. So again, and again, this is up to us if we take this opportunity, this pause, to do this bit of homework or not. Nobody's going to force us to do anything. Yeah, I just feel like there's an opportunity here, and it's really up to each of us individually. So how did we get here? Oh my gosh. So we have another major arcana card. So a lot of themes here. So this is a lot of big energy that is being shifted right now. So we have the world. We have the world. Yeah. So the very last card in the, oh, sorry, it's just coming in as I'm questioning what this card is about in my mind. So this is the last card of the tarot, and I'll show it to you. So the world is about the end of a cycle, but it's about the end of a major cycle. So that's what's happening here. So we are here at this point. It's like this last pause or this last experience of being held back from something in this opportunity. It's inviting us into this release. It's like, oh, this has got to be a big one. I mean, this has got to be a huge core, not only a core belief system, but because this is coming up for this particular reading, this is a general reading with this moon cycle. Storyteller, when I'll tell you a bit more about storyteller too, because it really pertains to this unfolding of this story here as well. But yeah, collectively, this is a collective. So this is a very not common, but this is a collective belief. So that's really interesting to me. So maybe with that in mind, even though it's our personal experience, this is something that is coming in from a larger collective experience, if I can use that word. But the storyteller, grandmother storyteller, she's about speaking our truth using concise, precise words, meaning what we say. But this is also about listening to others and their experiences and using, taking from their experiences and their lessons to integrate into our own. So it creates within us not only empathy and compassion, but also that we're mirrors, we're helping each other, we're all on this journey. And but it's building a wisdom, a collective wisdom, universal truths That's what this is about. So that to me feels like what's shifting. It's one of these universal truths that are being exposed in a way. It's always been out there, but I think it's being exposed through us individually, through this lesson. That's really what this feels like. It's a lesson in this shift. This is a collective shift. Okay. So the energies that we're leaving right now, we have the Six of Cups. Several things coming through with this card. First thing that came through was, for a lot of us, I think there's, and this has been happening to me as well, memories coming up all of a sudden, just random memories of my childhood, or I'll hear a phrase or a song, or I don't even know, something that just triggers this random memory from childhood or a past relationship or something. And it's almost like we're transported back into that time and place and space. But there's something in that experience that we've brought forward to us. And so it's almost like there's several things happening. It's like we're saying goodbye. So there for some of us, and it might be a whole range of experiences as these memories come up. It could be like grief for these old versions of you. Could be a relationship, some clearing that hasn't maybe completely gone through. It could be reigniting a feeling of a childhood feeling, a positive one. It doesn't all have to be negative, but it can be kind of reconnecting you with, oh my gosh, yeah, I remember, I used to love that, and it put me into this dreamy space, or whatever it might be. Yeah, so this is the energy we're moving out of. So clearing, connecting from past things. So overall, what we're doing is we're really shifting out of older versions of ourselves. I think part of it is the acknowledgement or the awareness within us individually of these new ways of being. And that sounds really, really vague. See if I can kind of get more detail or information around that. So it's like patterns. We're letting go of old patterns, but we're letting go of I'm going back to ways of being, but what we're doing is we are being more present. So we're not making choices, and we're not creating from the past. We are in a more present state of awareness and being. So we are creating more from a truer state of being, not being influenced by past things. I hope that makes sense. So our strengths, another major arcana card. I kid you not. And after this, we have another major arcana card. This is serious energy shifting here. So our strengths, we have the Chariot. Yeah, you know what? This actually just confirms for me what I was just picking up on. And that is that we are creating from a more present state. We are more empowered, self-empowered to choose from this moment, but choose in a direction of freedom, of choosing better for ourselves, choosing joy, moving into and from places of intuition, more feeling rather than the thinking, because we're recognizing that in the thinking, this isn't for everybody, but for a lot of us, the thinking is limited, and it's going to be based on past experience. So we can't kind of come outside the box, right? Unless we get an idea from somebody else, but even then it's limited. So, but through the experience, more a vibratory experience of creation, and letting that lead us. So it's not going to make sense logically from that perspective, but it feels true to us. So we're moving forward from that state of being. It's more of a vibratory state of our truth. And then we have to trust, because our mind hasn't worked it all out. We don't see the clear path. We don't know what it is, but we're recognizing a pull into a certain direction. And then that's where the trust has to come in, because it's the surrendering to, I'm going to do this, almost like having faith that the next part of the puzzle will reveal itself to us. This is a skill, you could say, that we're building. This is more what we're moving into. This is the direction we're going. It's a much more balanced way of being. And it's not so much about the self, but we're taking into account, how is this going to affect others? It's taking, also choosing and including this in our path forward, more of a collective aspect of the consequences. But it's not really from a consequential point of view, in that it's because that brings in this energy of it being like limited or negative, but it's more of a, how can I choose this or move in this direction, and how will that benefit those around me? Whether it's an actual physical thing that you can see or do, or whether it is maybe I'm just showing others what they're capable of. You're a leader in that you are showing others a way of being. So it just might be that you're a role model. Or like I said, it could be an actual physical thing where you're basing these callings and directions into a more collective, but there is that aspect to it. But we're moving forward from, again, that more truthful state of being, more authentically aligned with our soul. It's our soul leading us. Okay, so near future. Okay, so here comes in the next major arcana. So we have the Hanged Man. So instantly what I get with this card is it is a more surrendered state of being that we are trusting. There's also the recognition of that when we feel that disempowered, or I almost want to say that our hands are tied behind our back and that we're not able to move. There's that aspect of the card that we're doing that to ourselves, which again comes around into this, oh, what am I doing unconsciously that is creating this experience of this perception of being stuck or trapped or disempowered, the victim. So there's that part of it, which is going to be for some of us. And then the other part is the moving more into trust. Letting go of the need to control and taking that step forward I had talked about in the Chariot card, feeling called into a certain way, but not knowing what all the pieces of the path are, or all the pieces of the puzzle and all the steps in this path. We don't know exactly where it's going. We might have a general feeling, but we don't know for sure. And and it's about that surrender of letting the universe put the pieces in place. It still means we have to do the work. We actually have to physically take action. We have to choose that things will not fall on our lap. We need to move forward in these directions, but it's a co-creation, right? So there's that part of it, that trusting, that surrender. So advice, we have the Queen of Wands. Just got dark in here. The advice with this reading and this energy is to be kind to yourself and be gentle with yourself, letting go of those old habits. These are old habits of judging oneself, being critical of oneself, but just softening the edges around yourself, being okay with non-perfection, changing or having awareness around your self-talk. If it's negative or limiting, check in with yourself and make changes to what you're telling yourself. So challenge these voices in your head, because chances are they're not yours. Yeah. So shifting that, if this is something that you experience, self-doubt, oh, I can't do that. Challenge it. Okay. So I know I've talked about this 2 weeks ago in the last moon cycle, the one that we're just finishing up. Of course, it makes sense. It's going to carry over because it's all cyclical, and it's not like black. One ends, boom, it's done, and another's not black and white. There's layers upon layers upon layers, and they overlap. So yeah, challenge the beliefs, holding more space. I feel so much kindness coming from this card. Being in nature more, connecting with nature more, and getting into stillness within, quieting your mind, and allowing whatever feelings need to come up to move through you, because this is part of the process of letting go, whether it's anger, frustration, grief, apathy, confusion. Just, it's going to shift. It's temporary. So just get really truthful with yourself. And that's, again, we're coming back to this grandmother moon cycle about the truth, as being as truthful as you can with yourself in order to be that way with others. So our environment, we have, guess what? Another major arcana card. So we have the Lovers is our environment. So this is an energy of collaboration with ourselves, with our soul, which is guiding us on this journey, but with each other, with the greater consciousness, God, the creator, whatever you want to call it, that we're all a part of, we're not separate from. This is part of the big shift that is leading us all in this direction. Hopes and fears. We have another major arcana card. The Hierophant. Crazy stuff here. So these are long cycles. Like these are, oh man, yeah. I don't think I've ever gotten so many major arcana cards in one reading. But we have the Hierophant. Hopes and fears. But what we're doing here is we're breaking down old structures. And again, this is internal and external, because everything external is a reflection of what's happening inside. We create externally from what is happening inside of us. So this is how it's breaking down. This is what's happening. And yes, it can be scary. I think I touched on this 2 weeks ago as well. But we're breaking down old structures. These are internal structures, and then following the external structures. And then the external structures are following the breaking down of the internal structures. But in the breaking down, it's not quite the right word either. It is a restructuring. I guess that's maybe a better word. Structures as we know them are being restructured for the better. And yes, so fear around this, but also hope. So I think it's really, really important to pay attention to where you're falling in that scale by default. And if you're falling by default into more of the fear, pay attention to what you're exposing yourself to. That might be affecting your thoughts. maybe you're not exposing yourself to anything, but maybe it's from an old habit to moving into fear, expecting the worst. Maybe you're addicted to drama. Just check in with what is creating the fear in you. Where is it coming from? Is it even yours? And then proactively, consciously recreate your experience by changing the thoughts, checking in what you're exposing yourself to once again, and turn it into hope. It's a hopeful thing. Get excited about these changes because it is something I'm really excited. I think it's something to be really excited about. And then finally, the potential outcome is we have the 10 of Wands. 10 being the end or the completion of a cycle. It is a lot of the ways we've been living our life is changing. I don't want to say it's going to get easier, but it is in a way, because this card is about burden. And it's like a burden is going to be lifted. There's a greater ease and flow coming in with the shift. Okay, so just 3 more cards here for extra messages from the guides and angels and the universe from consciousness. So see what final messages are here for us. So this is such a hard deck to shuffle. Oh my goodness, it's so thick. And I'm just going to reach in and pull the message. The King of Pentacles, King of Earth, generous, professional, responsible, practical. A successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered. The Midas touch. There's the picture of the card there. This is from the Angel Tarot Cards by Radley Valentine. There's the deck. There's the card. This is success. This is telling us to expect good things. This is telling us to expect success. I think that's about it. That's all I'm getting is just good things. We're it doesn't feel like we're losing anything. It feels like we're just, there's that foundational piece again that was coming in that I was feeling over here somewhere. When I was talking about fertilizing the soil, it's like that kind of foundational where with the soul, that's kind of what it feels like. I'm lacking the words. Yeah, I think, and I'm not really getting any more than that. So I'm just going to move on. So the Moonology manifestation deck. Oh, there's a card that jumped. We have a jumper. I love jumpers. So this one is full moon in Libra. Find a balance. And I was saying that here somewhere too, that we're finding a balance. And I forget which card that was with. But we're making choices from a more balanced state of being. I think that came from the 6 of Cups. By the saying goodbye to these old ways of being and reconnecting with old ways of being, the positive ones, so that we're creating from a more present state of being and not from the past. So more balanced state of being, more balanced state of living. Yeah, because we have more awareness with that full moon in Libra. We're carrying more conscious awareness of how things affect us. So then we choose from that aware place, from a balanced state. We're not getting caught up in circumstances and experiences and swept away, carried away by them. We're staying steady. We're holding our ground. we're, yeah, coming from a more observer standpoint, and then recognizing how you may have been, you know, in the past, or, you know, something, how it affects you, and you just kind of get caught up in the momentum of a situation. But now it's coming from a more of a, oh yeah, I know in the past I've done that, but I have this awareness now that I don't have to do that. I can choose different. And what's the option here that would benefit everybody? That kind of energy. Okay, so final message here. And this final message is from the Oracle, Messenger Oracle. I'll quickly show you that box. And I didn't show you the Moonology manifestation box. There it is there. So final message here. Wash away your burdens. Right here. Final message of this reading. Final card of this reading is the 10 of Wands. The burdens. So it's right there. It's just confirming that whatever these burdens are, collectively and individually, we're shifting out of those, again, moving more into please. That reminds me, I got to give my dog his medicine. Ease and flow. So great confirmation card. So yeah, the state of this current energy that we're in, of being held back or stuck or unable to move forward, just remember it's temporary. It is an invitation for us to look at that it's not happening to us. We are creating this experience from within. So what is it that we are believing that is creating this experience? We have the power to shift that. This is part of the big transformation. And it is overall bringing us into this state of being so that we are choosing from a more authentic place, a more balanced place, and not getting swept up in old patterns, really, is what it is. Oh, yeah. It's really actually comes down, it's a very, very simple message when I think of it from a broader perspective and take in all the information. It's quite a simple message, beautiful message. So that is it for this moon cycle reading. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, your follows, subscribes, all of that. And I will return again in a couple weeks. So until then, please be kind to yourself, be compassionate with yourself, and therefore you can do it for others. And yeah, that's it. Thank you and be well. We'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.